You hear that? I think it stopped. Distant drumming. They're practicing a marching band across the street.
Hans vlogs every day in April.
Hello, my friends. It's April 5th of Vlog Every Day in April. Hello, I'm Professor Hans von Puppet. In honor of the great Roger Ebert, who died yesterday, I'm going to review a film for you today. You know, my good friend Mark W. Gray met Roger Ebert in 2004 at Cannes Film Festival. Look at that. He already had some kind of cancer problems back then, as you may be able to tell now, and that is what finally got him. Anyway, my film review that I'm going to talk to you about today is Friends with Kids, which is a romantic comedy directed by, written by, and starring Miss Jennifer Westfeldt. You might not have heard of her. She's a TV actress. She's on lots of things. And she also wrote and starred in the film Kissing Jessica Stein, which I have not seen. So in the mode of Woody Allen, she has written, directed, and starred in this romantic comedy, Friends with Kids. Jennifer Westfeldt plays Julie, and Adam Scott plays Jason, who's her BFF, her best friend, her best pal, kind of soulmate kind of character. However, they do not have a romantic sexual relationship for some reason. Basically because they don't find each other attractive, they keep saying. A little more about Adam Scott. He is also in Parks and Recreation and a bunch of other hilarious shows and films you would have seen him in. Take a look for him at HBO's program from a couple of years ago called, what was it called? Tell Me You Love Me! All about sex and love and relationships. And you get to see his penis. Though I can tell you on first-hand account, it is a prosthesis in certain scenes in the first episode. That's all I'm going to say. Now, I'm not necessarily endorsing that show. For a show called Tell Me You Love Me, that's all about sex. It's actually kind of depressing, but he is excellent in it, and, you know, he's a great guy. And then the other Friends with Kids, their friends Maya Rudolph and Chris O'Dowd have kids, and Kristen Wiig and John Hamm don't have kids at the beginning of the film, but they get some eventually. And it starts out there sort of looking at how all these other couples are miserable and yelling at each other all the time because they got kids. Turns out the two of them want to have kids, but they don't want to have a horrible relationship like their friends seem to have. So they decide to just sort of get together, biologically speaking, and have a child together, raise it together, but remain single and not, you know, embroil themselves in each other's love lives. And their friends all think this is a crazy idea because it kind of is, but it all kind of works out. In the first year, it's great. They have a great kid. They live down the hall from each other. They are very conscientious parents. Adam Scott carries on dating women, and Jennifer Westfeldt dates men. Has a bit of trouble. She's not as good at it as he is. They go on dating other people. Adam Scott's character is a serial dater. He's always got a different girlfriend. He can't hold on to a girlfriend for very long. He gets bored with them. Eventually, Adam Scott, while jogging in the park, meets Megan Fox, who is very sexy indeed, and he manages to start a relationship with her. She's young and has a svelte, tight body and a dancer and has big tits and everything, and that's what he likes. And, you know, Jennifer Westfeldt eventually meets, who's the guy from the Brothers McMullen? What is his name? Also a director. Oh, this is killing me. What's his name? Ah, that's it, Edward Burns. He's a tall, handsome, successful man who Jennifer Westfeldt falls in love with, and they start having a relationship, and, you know, everything seems okay, but then it turns out that Jennifer Westfeldt is really, surprise, hung up on her BFF, Adam Scott, who is a super wonderful guy who she is crazy about. He is not crazy about her because he's not attracted to her, we keep hearing. Anyway, I don't want to spoil it, but it's a very fun movie about relationships and having children. They did a real good, realistic job about how you raise children and how difficult it is to keep a relationship, you know, working right, you know. Everybody in it is great. You got Maya Rudolph and Chris O'Dowd. They're a couple. You know, she's from Saturday Night Live, and she was in Bridesmaids as well. Chris O'Dowd was the cop in Bridesmaids, and he's been in a bunch of great kind of Judd Apatow kind of films. And if you really like him, you should go look for a British show, which is also on Netflix, called The IT Crowd, which is hilarious. It's great, nerdy fun, and that's the first thing he did. He's sort of the star of that show. Then you got Kristen Wiig and John Hamm, who start the film as a very sexy, very attractive couple who are into each other, and then they have kids, and then they just sort of are miserable by the middle of the film and hate each other. You know, actually, Kristen Wiig has very little to do in this film, you know. She is kind of the silent, sad one the whole time. So she's in the film a lot, but she doesn't have a lot to say, no big showy scenes. However, John Hamm, he's got a few big scenes, like a great big dramatic, you know, Christmas dinner, where he kind of tells everybody what's what in a drunk way, which is fun. And Mad Men is coming this weekend, which I'm very excited about. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. If you're going expecting to see Kristen Wiig from Bridesmaids or any of that sort of jocularity and hilariousness, this is not in this film. This is more of a comedy, drama, romance kind of film about human relationships. Sure, there are some good laughs in there, but nobody is like pooping in the street wearing a wedding dress. So if you're looking for Bridesmaids, this is not it. Okay, I've been told I tell too much of the story in these reviews, so I will just say I liked it. I give it 3 3/4 tiny stormtroopers. You see, a 5 would be perfect, an amazing film like, I don't know, Citizen Kane or Empire Strikes Back or something. And 4 is a great film that I highly recommend, and this falls just a little bit short because it's just a little bit implausible to me that Adam Scott is such a great guy in so many ways and so lovable and so insightful and loves Jennifer Westfeldt in such a human way, but he can't seem to connect to her. He can't seem to find her attractive for some reason and tells her so right to her face that I am not attracted to you. I like girls with big boobs, which I cannot imagine a more shallow thing to say to another human being. You know what I mean? It just seems a little bit super shallow. And I mean, he is not shallow in any other way. He's a very insightful, clever, well-read person, but somehow, I mean, we all love big boobs. We all, have a platonic ideal of what the perfect person of the opposite sex looks like. But, you really got to fall in love with the person on the inside, which... Oh, is this a spoiler? Eventually he figures that out. You saw that coming. Anyway, see it anyway. It's a great film. It is on Netflix, so this is not going to cost you anything if you're already on Netflix. And if you're not, I bet you they give you a free 30 days. You see a lot of other YouTubers on here saying, oh, go to my code on Netflix and get a free month of Netflix. Well, surprise, anyone can get a free month of Netflix. Just try it right now yourself. Okay, that's it. Try to keep it short. I see you tomorrow. Be sure to like and subscribe and all that jazz. And let me know in the comments what you think, or what film I should review, or what else I should be doing, or if you're sick of the whole operation. Ciao for now.